Good morning. Welcome to your card of the day for Wednesday the 12th or Thursday the 13th of February. Today's card of the day is Jasmine. I have some pretty fond memories of Jasmine. We had it as a child. It grew over it grew up and I don't know what you call the rail and the netting to I always thought of it as our main door, but it was probably really our back door. And it had like daddy long-legged type spiders living in it. I remember it very fondly and the amazing scent that it had. Then when we moved, there was one over the gate. So jasmine was a very important part of my childhood. Interesting, it's a 5-petaled flower again, just like the apple from yesterday. Now this card has a dagger. Has a dagger on it. Now, I'll just very quickly tell you what the story is about that. It's actually a Philippine story. A married couple were preparing preparing for the husband to go to the city, and the wife was to stay at home. Worried that he might fall in love with another, he gave his wife his dagger with a promise that if he did fall in love with someone, that she could kill him. That's why this has a dagger on it. But when he did return with a new wife, she plunged the knife into her own heart instead. It's almost like a betrayal, you know, that sense of betrayal that you become. You may feel that your current situation is hopeless, but jasmine's come to remind you that it blooms through the night in its sweetest scent. Its scent is sweetest when it's dark. It's here to tell you that right now you don't need to take action. Just allow yourself to feel the hope that something beautiful will come out of this darkness that you feel you are in at this point in time. You don't need to fall on your dagger. You can hold on to the hope that something beautiful and sweet will come out of the darkness. Also, this card can also be talking to you if you've actually, you've started on your journey, you're making some good progress and where you're going, but you sort of feel like you've hit a plateau. It feels like you're no longer gaining ground, but like that spinning wheel we were talking about the other day, the hamster wheel, or the spinning tires where you're going, but you're not getting anywhere. Maybe you feel that you've could have done things a little bit different, or maybe other people are telling you that you're doing things wrong. But it's important to remember that you chose the path that you're on for a reason. Jasmine always grows exactly where it's meant to. In fact, believe it or not, most plants normally grow exactly where they're meant to. And again, this is speaking to how you are exactly where you're meant to be. You are planted where you are meant to be. And your soul knows exactly where you're going and why. So this card is saying to cast your doubts aside. Ignore the scorn of others. Anything that makes you question yourself. Because you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. So just allowing yourself to rest when you need to rest. To trust in the process. Trust in the fact that you are exactly where you need to be. This feeling of floundering, of feeling like you're swimming against the tide. When we feel like we're swimming against the tide, it's best not to swim against it. Not to go with it either, but to swim across it. Like when you want to get out of a rip, you swim across it. You'll exhaust yourself if you try to swim against it. And you'll end up where you don't want to be if you just allow yourself to go with it. Way off course. But if you swim across it, you will still end up a little off course. But it'll be easier to get back on course again. And then you can always sit and think, well, maybe I'm not off course. Maybe this happened to put me in this space right now for a reason. Maybe this was a choice that my soul has made to put me in this space. Because even though this may be painful for me right now, and my heart may feel like it's been torn asunder, the enrichment for my soul the learning, the experiences for my soul is making me so much more than I could have been otherwise. And if we look at these things that tear our hearts asunder, that plunge the dagger into our hearts, not as soul lessons, but as soul enrichment that allows us to expand into all that we are. Sometimes we may not feel that we're up to the challenge, but like the jasmine, we're planted exactly where we're meant to be. Okay. It's a late one for me tonight. So I'm going to go and get ready for bed. And may you have a beautiful, blessed day. Good night.